Mar beer from Yorkshire? I thought they'd stop doing that.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. This is the first beer of the year, 2021, from the People's Republic of Yorkshire. And it is called Yorkshire Blackout. And it's a stout. Here's where the confusion starts. And I'm sure that the Yorkies have done this on purpose, just to confuse this old doddery cockney. That's billed as being brewed by a company called C'84. Simple enough. Here's where it gets confusing. Cropton Brewery, or as they are now known, the Great Yorkshire Brewery, also have a beer, which is the same ABV. It's a porter, and that's called Yorkshire Blackout. So I am confused. Who is this C'84 company? There's very little on the website about their founding, and I'm convinced, now hopefully somebody from the People's Republic of Yorkshire, if they can wind their neck in for a second and, you know, just ignore the contract that's out on me and just enlighten me. This C'84, I'm sure it's a brand that has been set up by Cropton, or maybe the Yorkshire Brewery. They're called the Great Yorkshire Brewery now, but they used to be called Cropton. And I do like Cropton stuff. Saying that, I've got a bottle up there, the Yorkshire Moor stuff, and I'm sure that is branded as the Cropton Brewery. I don't know. It's like they can't make their minds up in Yorkshire.
I did not leave the sacred sod of God's own county, Yorkshire, to come down here to this Nancy Southern eatery to be lipped off by some lip merchant who's got more lip than Mick Jagger with a fat lip.
Oh, I don't know, but this is what I've got anyway. And it is a stout. Oh, it's not a stout, it's a porter. In fact, what they say, it's a London-style porter. And does it say it on the back? No, it says it on the website. And I'm sure they must have been typing that through gritted teeth. The word London. They're probably thinking, them fucking southern bastards, I fucking hate them. They hate us because they want to be us. That's why. Anyway, enough on that. Stop stoking the fire. You're already dead, you silly bastard. If it is from the Cropton Brewery, then this is going to be good, because I tried that Yorkshire Moor stuff and that absolutely blew me away. That was fantastic. I really did enjoy that. Superb stuff. This is their, I hope, what I hope is their porter offering, and if it is that stuff, then that gets some really good reviews, and I'm really looking forward to this. Again, you can take all this with a pinch of salt, because I'm just going on the assumption that this is the Cropton / Great Yorkshire Brewery. They've been going since 30 years. They come from a place called Cropton, and according to this C'84 website, they're a brewery that has been built on an old disused quarry. They've been going for 30 years, and they brew a lot of stuff, traditional and craft as well. And they've just moved into a new brewery, from what I can make out. But it's really confusing, and you know, it's one that I just can't. There's no definite information, and they haven't made it clear on the bottle either. It's just got C'84 Brew Company, and that's it. And I look at C'84, and there is virtually no information on the about page. I really don't know. I'm stumped. I'm confused. What I do know is on their website they say the Blackout name, it comes as a tribute to the blackout during World War II, and this is supposedly a 1930s style London porter, so that's where they're getting that from. Anyway, enough about this confusion. Let's get this investigated. Right, it's 500ml bottle. It's 5%. It is a porter, a London-style porter, and it is, according to them, a rich velvety chocolate and vanilla porter infused with Madagascan vanilla pods and lots of chocolate malt. The ingredients are water, malt, hops and yeast, and it says the usual caper about the drink responsibly, etc, etc. Here's the label. Yorkshire fucking Blackout. There's the cap. It's just a plain black cap. Right, speaking of black caps, that was my mate Julian's favourite pub in Camden Town. He used to frequent there quite often. Look that up if you want. He's going to fucking kill me. I am slowly managing to piss off my circle of friends and the entire population of Yorkshire. There you go. Black cat. Right, let's get it in the glass. See what gives. This has been sat in the fridge for ages. And I really am like old Mother Hubbard now. I think I've got one bottle of Black Sheep beer till the next delivery arrives, which is on Wednesday. There you go. That's what it looks like. Very dark. Is it? Yeah, that is just pitch black. What are we getting on the nose? Not a great deal. Some vaguely sweet vanilla and chocolate notes. A little touch of coffee. Aromas, sorry, are not that big, but it has been proven in the past that aroma, not all the time, big aroma equals good beer. Yeah, the aromas aren't big. There's vague sweetness, vanilla sweetness on that, touch of coffee, a little touch of dark chocolate as well, but as I say, it's not that massive. Quite carbonated. There is a one finger light beige head. It's roughly cellar temperature. So all that remains now is to get this damn Gregory pack. Bottoms up. That's quite sweet. And they do say it's infused with Madagascan vanilla pods, which is interesting. You can definitely get the vanilla on the flavour. That's quite big. Body is quite light. And it's almost like one of these, how can I put it, craft brewed, gimmicky type. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's like a pastry stout. There's sweetness on it, but it's not overbearing. But it is relatively sweet compared to a lot of stouts and porters that I've tried. But all things considered, it isn't that bad. There is a fair bit of carbonation. You don't get that nice smooth nitro feel, which is understandable, but it's nice. It's quite drinkable. There is that vanilla sweetness, and I'm deliberating whether it's a little bit overpowering. It's certainly nice if you've been drinking your IPAs all night and you just want a little bit of sweetness. That would really hit the spot, because it's just got the right amount without being sickly sweet. Some of these porters, they just go over the top with the lactose, the vanilla pods like you've got in here, and you know that they add all other kinds of stuff as well, like you know invert sugar, various ways of sweetening it. But this, I think, has just got just the right amount. It's got the balance just right. Yeah, the sort of bitter coffee, chocolate malt, like bitter chocolate malt that you normally get on porters, that's been rounded off by that vanilla. I have to say, it isn't too bad, all things considered. Certainly not the best. I think it's a difficult one. It's actually going down quite nice, I will say that. But it's that vanilla aromas are coming through now as well. Yeah, it's reasonably pleasant. Just right on the border of being a little bit too sweet and being just right. I think they've got that balance right. I'm getting a bit more of the bitter finish on it now, but it is being rounded off by that vanilla. But it's quite nice. Altogether, that is not a bad pint of beer. So what's the verdict on Yorkshire Blackout? Well, aside from not knowing fuck all about this brewery, which one it is, I wish they'd made it clear. I know they say C'84 Brew Company, but C'84, if you do end up watching this, you need to put a bit more about your brewery. The history is so vague. You say you've been going for 30 years. Come on, man. If you could just say, you know, you're brewed by what used to be the Cropton Brewery, which is now the Great Yorkshire Brewery. I'm sure it is. It's got to be the same one, unless you've got two breweries that come from Yorkshire that are doing porters called Yorkshire Blackout. That can't be a coincidence. I'm sure Jeff Boycott would have to mediate between them two, and one of them would have had to back down. But all in all seriousness, it isn't a bad beer. I looked on the website, it's currently sold out. So, I mean, we've just entered this fucking full lockdown now. What a load of shit that is. And they've sold out completely. So I think this is going to be quite hard to get hold of, unless you're in the know or you know someone, a bottle shop or whatever, that you can get hold of it. This is like, I've never seen this down here before. I had to get this, I think I got this online somewhere. Drinkswell, I think I got it from. And it's been sat in the fridge for ages. So I think you know, unless you come from Yorkshire, you ain't going to stumble across this as easily as you would if the place, you know, if pubs was open and off licenses were open, etc. But yeah, I have to say, it's not bad. It is not the worst, certainly not the best porter I've tried. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, respectable 7 out of 10. I'll recommend it if you like a little bit of sweetness with your porter. Personally, there's a fine line between just having the right amount of sweetness and going a little bit over the top. They're right on the border with this, and I think they've just managed to rein it in, but they're millimetres away from making that way too sweet for my palate anyway. So yeah, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10, and would I recommend it? If you like your sweet porters, yeah, and it's quite easy drinking. The body on it is very nice. There's a little bit of carbonation in there, but it's not too obtrusive, and it's not bad. I'll say that. That's the best I'm going to do. And remember, don't drink French beer.